Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. This is episode 53, Waiting to Exhale. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with Rob.
Hello.
Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, so we are back. This is the 1995 film about four women from different walks of life who are somehow friends. We don't know why, but and just basically what they're going through. And this is obviously based on the best-selling novel by Terry McMillan. So before we get started, we have a number of 5-star reviews. So first off is a review from Nick Boyd. The title is Episode 41 Ending, and it just says 5-star greatness. That's it.
Thanks.
All right. Nailed it.
Stars.
There you go. We'll take it. The next one is from Femi Politic, who I know. She's a cool person. The title is One of the Funniest Podcasts Ever. Quote, first time leaving a review, even though I'm a long-time listener. Jay, Micah, Terrence, and Rob are excellent and provide interesting points of view on different black films. My favorite episodes to date is Temptation, and like Terrence, I give it 5 out of 5 because it's the best, worst movie I've ever seen. You guys should do Why Did I Get Married, Set It Off, and Tales from the Hood. Also, you guys should do every Jaden Smith movie just to troll Micah.
Oh my God.
Keep it up, y'all. You guys represent Baltimore well, whatever that means.
That's how bad it is here in Baltimore.
Yeah, we're doing the best we possibly could.
We're doing the Lord's work.
We're doing the Lord's work. The next.
It was fucking hilarious.
David James Manning, you are a treat, sir.
I'm the Lord's servant.
Dude, he is. Oh, that latest video of his about the Super Bowl might be one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
The Super Bowl rig. It was Super Bowl 59, was it? I don't know.
Tell us about how you were tempted.
Like, I was in prison for 3 years. I was tempted.
I need you to say that, and I need you to make a note of that.
Like,
Yo, sure.
you put me in a corner.
I did not succumb to that temptation. I just need everybody to say that, to know that. I did not succumb.
Oh my God. Semen.
Sorry.
The zygotes and the semen.
We got to get back to these.
You sound like half Cosby now.
He kind of sounds
He
like
kind of does.
Rapist. Anyway.
So we have another review from RackJ82. The title is This Podcast is Amazing. 20 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
There you go.
We'll take it. Go over the top. The review goes as follows. I came across Black on Black Cinema while looking for any podcast that actually covers black movies. Yeah, there's like none. You're welcome. It's something that's very rare in the podcast world. Though this search, I have found my favorite podcast out of dozens I listen to regularly. The show is funny, at times thought-provoking, and addictive. I've been burning through episodes rapidly, even though I don't want to come to the point where I have to catch up and wait week to week for an episode. You don't need to be black to enjoy this podcast. You don't have to have watched the movies they discuss either. I refuse to watch The Wiz, but the podcast for it was great. Good for you, because it's terrible.
Are they remaking it?
Probably. Yeah, they are actually. I did see something about that.
Yeah.
Aren't they doing it like a live?
They're doing a live one, like they're doing the Peter Pan one. Yeah. Hopefully she falls into a bowl of grits in that. I recommend it to anyone who loves to laugh because you will be doing a lot of it. I have been trying to get the podcast coverage on the AV Club's Podmas podcast coverage. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be cool. So tell all of your friends. Holy shit. So yeah, send messages to the AV Club. And let them know that we should be on Podmas. It has led to a few new fans of the podcast, which is great. I hope that you guys go over 5 Heartbeats, The Brothers, or the awful horror movie Bones starring Snoop Dogg soon. Them ripping apart Bones would be tremendous. I've never seen Bones, but yeah, that looked pretty bad. Also, The Brothers is actually kind of a great movie. Like, it's not technically good, but I enjoy it. And it's got Chiwetel Ejiofor as the villain.
The Brothers or Four Brothers?
Four Brothers.
No, he says The Brothers.
Four Brothers is
that's right. Oh, The Brothers is the one with that light-skinned dude. What's his name? Shamar Moore. I've seen that movie as well. That is not good, but it would be a fun movie to do. And last but certainly not least, there's a review from Kay Achille. The title is Appreciate You. Quote, found this podcast while looking for content on my favorite movie, The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Fuck yes. Since then, I've gone back and listened to most of the episodes, insightful and funny. What's that?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the brothers.
Oh. Bob C helps me get through my night shift. Appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. Kari Achille. P.S. I recommend Melvin Van Peebles' Sweet, Sweet, Badass Song, which is also one we need to do. That's pretty classic. Okay. All right. So let's go through our thoughts on this movie. I'll start with Rob, and then we'll go around.
This movie ruined a generation of women and men because they had to deal with whatever madness they picked up from this fucking movie. Because men are evil, white women are evil, gay people are definitely evil. I cannot co-sign anything about this movie. It was shitty acting, shitty writing, shitty filming. Holy fuck, even down to the very last minute where it had that shitball slow-mo that was like the worst frame rate in the world. And my fiance's in the background kind of vaguely looking at it. She's looking back. She's like, why isn't it stopping? Why don't they just stop? Freeze frame. Stop it. And then shitty dissolved to the fucking credits. I was happy for that shitty dissolve because it was over.
Well, we have to say that this was Forrest Whitaker's only directing job.
Oh, God.
Forrest Whitaker had earlier directed an HBO drama called Strapped, for which he received the Best New Director honors at the Toronto Film
I
Festival.
remember that movie.
I've seen that movie.
It's not good.
This film was his first directing a full-length feature film.
It was full length, all right, because 2 hours. I got an hour and a half, and I had to stop because I wanted to go to bed, and I finished it the next morning.
So your score out of 5?
None.
0. Okay. And we're starting off good. For me, I probably would give this movie, I'd probably give it a 2, actually. I don't think it's a particularly, from a movie perspective, I don't think it's that great of a film, but I do give, I give it credit for the timing, and, you know, this is 1995, so it's, from a timing perspective, I give it credit for that, and it was influential. Obviously, it took Terry McMillan's career from her being just a best-selling author to then her, you know, her movies, you know, her books being made into movies. And there aren't really a lot of movies even now just starring black women. So to that credit, you know, okay. But as far as a movie, it's not very good. As far as the story is concerned, it's not a very good story. But it has some moments that are, I think, worth talking about, obviously. But overall, I think it's a 2. Maybe a 2.5 if I was being really generous.
I forgot to add one thing. This movie doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
Are there not? Well, no.
Because they're always talking about a man.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Bechdel test, there has to be at least 2 female characters named. They have to have a conversation with each other, and the conversation has to not be about men.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't think this movie would pass it, considering that's what it's about. It's about relationships. Right.
Yeah, but
well, we'll talk about it. Go ahead.
Look, we like to be equal opportunity offenders on this show. Congratulations, black women. It's your turn.
Oh, God.
This movie doesn't paint you in a good light. It does not paint black men in a good light. I'll give this movie a point for employing a lot of black people. And I'll give it a point because it's not... It is a movie. Like it exists. It is in fact a movie. But I'm not too enamored with the style of writing in this movie. It feels like they just took the book and said, "Read that, and then I'll shoot it." And right. I don't even have to close one of my eyes because I only have one of them. And
you're a fucking ass.
But there's like inner monologue from Whitney Houston in this movie that feels like
she was reading the book.
Right,
I guarantee she was just reading the fucking book.
Right, and that's poor writing. It just is. You shouldn't have to rely on inner monologue for every thought that your character is is thinking. That's poor that's poor writing, and that's poor acting if you can't convey that. The acting, look, there's only two real actresses in this movie, in my opinion, and that's Angela Bassett and
Loretta Devine.
Thank you, Loretta Devine. Whitney Houston, I'll give her a pass.
No.
Not that much of a pass, because like I understand that her character is supposed to be like cold and jaded, but you can be cold and jaded and emote.
She is a horrible actress.
But she's not trained as an actress. Was this before The Bodyguard? I think this was before The Bodyguard.
Here's the thing. I ain't never seen The Bodyguard.
I haven't either.
Not seeing it.
But
Hey, it's starring Whitney Houston. And done. She's not an actress.
just I wish she would have just stuck to singing. And then I'm not a fan of Lela Rochon. So and her character in this movie is the most ridiculous, like stupidest, like she's just dumb.
Stupidest.
She's just dumb. She's dumb.
Go ahead. Okay. We'll get there.
All right.
Terrence. Please insult black women. Go right ahead.
I'm going to preface this by saying this movie was for black women. All of the women that saw this back in 1995, I need you to rewatch this movie.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
If you liked it 20 years ago, please rewatch this movie. And if you still like it, I don't really want to talk to you. But this movie is fucking terrible. Like, it's not good.
From a film perspective, you're saying?
Not good at all. From a film perspective, no, it's terrible. He can't direct. Like, no one. Basically, 95% of Black Hollywood was in it, and there were some decent actors, but like the source material, the script was terrible. This was a 2-day affair for me. I didn't finish it in one sitting. I couldn't. I got like 45 minutes in. I'm like, the only reason why I finished this is because for the show. If I didn't have to watch this movie, I wouldn't watch this shit.
No.
Like this is actually I'd never seen it through to its entirety for the first. This is the first time I actually sat and watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like the movie became so popular because of the soundtrack.
The soundtrack was excellent. The music.
I honestly feel like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is better than the movie. It just is. This movie is garbage. This is like a 1, just because there's so many black people in it.
What did I say? I said the shit I do for this podcast. Because
sometimes you gotta take a
it
hit.
ain't good. I was only here for Angela Bassett.
Yep.
Like that's the only person I gave a goddamn about, and maybe Loretta Devine.
Yep.
I mean, they're the only two
characters that I care about.
I feel like they're the only two characters who are really fleshed out. Like they feel real, you know what I mean? Like they feel like real people.
Whitney Houston's character doesn't get a lot of screen time.
I didn't even get her character.
I think that's because the problem is I think she's supposed to be a cipher for the woman watching this movie, and she's supposed to be the one that you can easily put yourself in.
She's the Lego block.
Yeah,
she's just blank. No, she's just blank.
She's just the Master Chief. She's a faceless soldier, you know,
in the war against black men for 2 fucking hours.
For real,
really?
I think so.
What the fuck was her? What was her arc?
Like
I don't even remember the dude. She slept with some dude, and she got with the president, and he ended up being an asshole.
The president?
Well, no, like everyone else, she slept with someone else's dude.
Right, he was,
because that kept happening over and over.
Yeah,
everyone was sleeping with everybody else that was married. I'm like, come on, man, what is really? This is what we're doing?
Yeah.
Why is this book so popular?
I think
black people in it.
Well, no, I think there's more. I think it's more than that.
They only exhaled during the bad parts, except for Loretta Devine. Everybody else was like,
no, but in the end, let's skip to the end real quick. But I think the whole point is not that they end up with guys or they find these nice guys. Loretta Devine does, but the other ones learn to just not succumb to whatever it is they were succumbing to, which is sleeping with the one woman, you know, continue to have sex with this guy who's married, who treats her like dog shit, Leon from fucking Cliffhanger.
AKA Terrence.
Terrence, exactly. You do.
Sorry,
You do. You do.
I'll take it.
And I found it ironic that the guy that looks like you is sleeping with a woman that you don't really care for.
Yeah, I don't really fucking fuck with Lela Rochon. Like, I don't understand.
See what I got out of this movie?
She was actually attracactive in this movie, but I really don't.
I never thought she looks unattractive.
She does now.
I don't know.
Every role she's in, every role that I've seen,
She plays a
she's
ditzy
dumb,
blonde.
and I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I can understand
And
that.
she can't act.
That is not
She's married to fucking Antoine Fuqua.
really.
Yes, they've been married for fucking 15 years.
All right, bro.
1999, I believe.
I
You
get
know
it.
what? Hey, good. Keep not putting her. That's what you got to do, bro. Keep not.
Like a philanthropist
Oh,
now or something
man.
like that.
So honestly, what I got out of this
That's
movie,
mean.
what I got out of this movie is that the only important thing in life for a woman is whether or not you have a good man and how you deal with that.
No, I think it's the opposite by the end of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, and exactly. I think it's actually the
I
opposite.
think by the end of the movie,
Maybe
they
maybe the last
realized-
5 minutes it tried to do that, but throughout the movie, the entire point was gotta have a man, gotta have a man, gotta have a man, gotta have a man. But at the end, it was still how did you deal with men? It wasn't like that's just the entire point of the movie is how do you deal with men in your life? And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I feel a bit more progressive than that when it comes to how to deal with yourself. It shouldn't be just about how you deal with the opposite sex. There's more to yourself than that.
Right,
I
and
thought that's what the movie was trying to convey is how do these women eventually learn to live with themselves, and by extension, once they get themselves right,
Then tell me
they'll
this.
be able to
Can you tell me about these women besides their relationships?
no, but I think that's the point.
Yeah, there was
right?
nothing to them.
There's
aside from
Nothing.
that.
There's nothing to that.
Right, but
I
I
didn't
think
say he did it well. I'm saying that's what I inferred.
right. No, but I think the premise. Look. There, and this is why, like, the timing of the movie matters, right? This is 1995. It was 20 years ago. We are, for black men, we are way more progressive than black people were 20 years ago.
Clearly, because his father's a faggot.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and that's a big point in the movie. They're like, he's gonna say it, like, but we are, even as a general society, we're much more progressive, right? So we're four guys, like. Why would you have a movie that's supposed to be empowering of black women specifically, and yet 3 out of the 4 characters have no agency at all? They're just like, things just happen to them, and they don't make anything happen. Except for Angela Bassett's character, who's just like, oh, I'll make some shit happen. Like, I'm going to light this goddamn car on fire. Like, she is the only character that has a level of agency. If this movie came out now, it would seem ludicrous. Women would be like burning the theaters down, like, what the fuck? And they would have every right to. So we also have to take the perspective of we are watching from the mindset. Right. You have to put yourself in the mindset of 1995, where having, being this way was completely acceptable.
I was 16. I didn't give any fucks.
No, but I'm saying, like, looking at it.
I know. I mean, I get what you're saying. I really do, but. I can't put aside looking at it from right now. And right now, I want to burn this movie to the ground.
Right, I understand that.
So here's a little bit of trivia. Director Forrest Whitaker was the unanimous choice for the film's producers and screenwriters to direct this movie.
Because he was cheap? Was that the reason?
He had his eye on the prize, I guess.
I had to be somewhere, I guess. Shit.
The only other bit of trivia.
Very eagle-eyed director.
The only other bit of trivia
Single.
is that Forrest Whitaker stated in an interview with Ebony Magazine that Robin Givens and Halle Berry were among the women who auditioned for the role of Robin. After casting Angela Bassett and Whitney Houston, he decided to go with relative unknowns for the other 2 roles, and the role of Robin subsequently went to Lela Rochon. Do you think Robin Givens and Halle Berry would have done a better than, less than, or
Halle Berry would have done better
than
Lela Rochon.
Really?
Oh, then Lela Rochon. Oh, I thought you meant then Angela Bassett. I was like, no.
You think so?
Givens were for
Robin.
No, I don't think anybody would have done good in the role because it was.
No, well,
it was written like shit, and they had a shit director.
the role itself was
ridiculous,
bad,
but
I
she's
think-
not a good actress.
I know, but
Also, I would have been okay with Halle Berry wearing the things that.
Lela Rochon had a body on her.
Yeah, first of all-
I'm just
first
saying
of all-
I would have also been okay to see Halle Berry.
I'm not upset with the thing she was wearing at all.
Yeah.
But he's a shitty director, and even a great actor under a shitty director looks like a shitty actor.
You're not wrong.
Like, would they have done better? I don't really know, because that role was written like garbage.
I think they'd have done better. I mean, Angela Bassett's part, well, she's a good actress, but
She is. She had
the most meat, though.
Right, she did. Clearly the script is heavily. I've never read Waiting to Exhale. I don't plan on ever reading Waiting to Exhale. I would guess that her character is just the main. She's probably the main voice in the movie. Her or Whitney Houston's character.
I think Whitney Houston's character is supposed to be the narrator.
The narrator. Okay.
I don't know.
She is Whitney Houston. She's clearly the star power of the movie, regardless of Angela Bassett.
Well, yeah. I mean, at that point, Angela Bassett, had she done What's Love Got to Do with It, or was that after? I think that
it's in the same time frame.
Yeah,
it's got to be really close together.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. Whitney Houston.
She's a draw.
5 was like holy shit.
Yeah, she was a draw. So yeah, I mean, going back to that conversation before we really get into it, going back to the conversation, it is really hard to watch this movie 20 years later without your view on progressive politics, your views on women and things like that under the notion of how we look at it now.
Yeah.
So it's and there's going to be a lot of pushback throughout this episode because it's not going to make any sense. Like, some of it just doesn't make sense. And I guess that goes to show you that 20 years later, as shitty as black men are treated and they're terrible, blah, 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 as shitty as they're treated, here's 4 black dudes who are more progressive than the women in this movie.
I just want to say, guys,
on women's issues.
Just check your privilege.
We're going to check our privilege at the door.
Now here's a question before we start. One could argue that this movie is, if there were 4 guys doing this, like we would all have some sort of way about it. But if there were 4 guys doing this, someone could argue that no one would have a problem with it.
If there were 4 guys in these characters,
particular roles,
in these particular roles, who are doing the same things that these women are doing.
Yeah, people would make that argument.
Sleeping with married people. And I mean, look, these women are scumbags.
They are fucking scumbags. They are.
But I don't.
Yeah,
know.
there would be people that'd be like, I don't see the problem. I still would have a fucking problem.
Yeah, I'd be like, these 4 guys are assholes.
Well, no, Loretta Devine.
She's the actually no.
The only thing that pissed me off with her, and it was quick, was the way she really didn't fight back against her son saying queer, faggot, fucking homo, fairy, every other bullshit.
Right, exactly. It's under the lens of 95.
It's still, I know it's under the lens of 95, but it still don't make it right.
No, it doesn't.
She said, I don't use that word.
She said it real quick. It still bothered me that it was just kind of like, and it bothered me that her thing was, oh, here's my ex, he's gay and he's the shittiest human being on the planet because he happens to be gay. Like, if my son don't show up by noon, fuck him forever.
Right. Well, I didn't get that.
He was just an asshole.
No, I'm not saying. Well, the thing is, okay, and thinking back to 95 again. Here's this gay person that ain't right, and he's evil.
Right, it's like a double bad. But
yeah, that part, that is the one part of her that bothered me, aside from her general whininess. Other than that, she's not a bad person.
No, she's actually a good person in the movie. She has no agency, though.
I feel sorry for her character the most, because she feels like she needs companionship in order to make herself whole.
Yeah.
And she's like to the point where she won't even let her son be a man and grow up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I think that's a common thing.
I
think it's common.
But I just find it sad.
The sad part is that it ended with her finding companionship. She didn't find herself.
She didn't grow.
She didn't grow at all.
No, she didn't.
Well, while she's not an asshole, it's her whole character arc really does just suck.
Well, you know what? I actually would say that she does grow, and she grows from the perspective of she learns to let her son go so that she can actually make a priority for her own love life. Right? That's her arc. Her arc isn't necessarily to be like, I did it, and then dancing at a fucking party with my girlfriends, fuck men, like type shit. her goal is just to learn to gain some level of agency, and she gains a little bit of that agency at the end by saying, I'm putting myself as the priority, where she put her son as the priority the whole time, or her ex-husband as the priority, or baby daddy. I don't know if they were married, whatever. But
Yeah, they didn't
say.
shit.
I mean, it ultimately doesn't matter.
Also, Donald Faison has not aged.
No, he looks exactly the same.
In 20 years, he is not aged.
I thought he was just gonna start. I thought he was leaving to just go to medical school and start 9 seasons of fucking Scrubs.
Did you see he was credited with like his crazy ass middle name too? Whatever the fuck, like at the very beginning.
It's like Donald Adesian,
Yeah.
Faison, something like that.
Adesio.
Like wherever his family is pulling those names from, but yeah,
I like that guy. He looks exactly the same.
the same. That dude has got some good fucking genes going on.
He's got like 900 kids too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he does. So all right. So let's get into it. As unfortunate as that may be. Look, his wife is pregnant again, I'm sure. So the movie kind of starts out with Vanessa Williams.
I thought you were about to say Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel's in this movie, guys. Starts out with Whitney Houston like getting ready for a blind date.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, she's getting ready to hit the club to meet up with somebody.
And during her monologue, her inner monologue that you can hear, she says, when she eventually gets to the party, she says, "Hold on to your man, ladies, because I'm going to take him." Like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
And then she sat down at that table with these random people, and all the women are like, ooh. And they made sure they hired a lot of women that were not remotely as attractive as her.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
It was weird. Yeah.
She's like, I'm on the prowl. I'm going to steal one of your men. I'm like, oh, okay.
But you know what? Again, like, if a guy were to do that, then it's like, oh, well, of course, dude. Like,
No.
get it.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
No, I'm sorry.
Guys, that was a song.
Shit.
I still wouldn't be okay with that because that guy will be an asshole. And if you left the person you're with in the middle of the bar, like, oh, this new person came in and stole me away, I'm on to go. Well, then I hope your relationship was really fucking shitty beforehand. Otherwise, you're a scumbag.
Yeah, like again, I really there aren't many characters in this movie that I don't want to push down a flight of stairs. Like you just like, okay, this scene's coming up. Oh, she's making okay, she's now fucking a married guy. You were just cheated on. I don't understand that.
It's the most bass-backwards version of female empowerment.
It is. And look, we can talk
the
about
power to do this fucked up shit.
Exactly. Right? That is a stage of, you can call it a stage of feminism if you want, or
I was going to say it's a stage of depression,
but it is the notion of like there is a stage of feminism where it's like, you're empowered, you burn your bras, that sort of thing. You're getting equal rights, which is the whole fucking point, right? Which if you're like, I'm against feminism, you're a fucking asshole. Okay, period. You're just an asshole and you don't know what it means. And yes, a guy can be a feminist. Like, oh, like I hate shit like that. It drives me nuts. So it's about equality, all of that. But then there's the part of it where it's, I get to do, if I want to stay at home and cook the meals all the time, that's my right, right? So they have that. But then there's also this other level of like, I can be a piece of shit just like a guy. Like, but why would you want to be?
Why would you want to be?
Like,
I don't understand that.
there's a term for
like, how about no one be a piece of shit and not try to like somehow match being an asshole? Like, I don't understand that.
There's a term floating around online. It floated around very briefly before it got co-opted and turned to shit. It's meninist, which was it was started as kind of a joke, and it was supposed to be male feminists. It was supposed to, like they were just saying, we're male feminists, we're on your side. And then of course it got co-opted by the men's rights movement, and now it's fucking garbage.
Those guys are awesome.
Those guys are.
They make such great logical points.
Oh my god. Flights of stairs for all of them.
Line everyone up on a flight of stairs and push them down it. So then we cut to Angela Bassett's character, Bernadine, excuse me. And she is getting ready for a party with her shitbag of a husband. What's that dude's name?
Michael Beach.
Michael Beach.
If you don't know Michael Beach, Just look at any black film dealing with relationships in this time period, and he's the asshole.
He's the guy who looks like a black version of one of the guys from Hall & Oates.
He is a piece of shit in this movie.
In every movie that he's in this time, he's fucking garbage.
He's
oof.
He's got a bald head now. That's weird. So basically he tells his wife, like, listen, I'm breaking up with you. So we have that clip.
She. Yes. She doesn't want to be alone tonight, and I was thinking, why should she be?
It's that bitch who keeps your books, isn't it? And you picked tonight to flaunt your whore in front of all your business partners and your friends. What the hell are they supposed to think, John?
The truth. Finally, the truth. I'm leaving you for her.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test.
Don't worry. You can have the house, and you know I'll take care of my kids.
You wait a minute. I give you 11 fucking years of my life, and you're telling me that you're leaving me for a white woman?
Would it be better if she were black?
No, it'd be better if you were black.
Damn.
What does that mean?
Thank you, Bernadine, for making this easier for me.
How the fuck do you say something like that? Like, I'm leaving you for this bitch I'm fucking at work, and she gets pissed and like, thanks for making it easy for me. What?
Again, this guy plays a piece of shit human being.
That's the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever heard.
Look, and again,
I hate that motherfucker.
look no, he's
I hate that nigga. Yeah.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, because like right before this clip, he says, you know, there's no good time to say this. Yeah, there would have been a better time. Like, maybe way before she started getting ready.
Right. She's about ready to leave.
He's like, nah, son, nah.
You know what?
You ain't going.
And the funny thing about that scene was she was just saying, I don't want to go. And he comes in, we don't have to go. And I'm like, oh, he's going to be a nice guy. He's going to treat his wife that he knows doesn't want to go because I'm leaving you. And I'm actually taking this other woman who's been getting ready the whole time, probably longer than you have. And I'm like, he's a piece of shit.
Like, he's just a dirtbag. He's just a fucking dirtbag. But look, it's, again, 20 years in the past. The whole, like, white woman thing is really just kind of fucking hilarious to listen to.
Is this still an issue?
Yes!
Absolutely.
Amongst the African American women.
I think it's
Can I speak from authority right now? Solid fucking authority.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Race traitor.
Would it be better if she was black?
I don't know.
No. You're supposed you're supposed to say you would be better if you were black.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a fucked up statement. Go ahead.
But so yeah, anybody who's been listening to this show for a while knows that my fiance is white. And
how dare you?
And one thing that I've had to turn off in my head is noticing black women giving us the stinkiest stink eyes.
Does it still happen?
Does it still happen? Every once in a while I pay attention, and yes, it still happens. Yeah. And let me tell you, we went out to PG County for something once.
Yeah, you didn't made a mistake.
We made a mistake
already.
We were trying to find something, and then we stopped at the Walmart. We walked into Walmart.
A lynching? Is that what you're trying to find?
We walked into Walmart. I looked around. I said, we're leaving. Because, man.
The second you walked in,
I was
ding,
like,
ding, 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 ding. Like,
I was like, oh, nope. We're leaving. We're heading back now. She was like, what? I'm like, you were not looking worried.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention.
Like, that privilege you had.
It's a shield. It's a shield.
She's gotten, since then, she's got a lot better with the.
She started noticing shit. Like,
she's more than aware of her privilege. Extremely. It's like and like one of the many things I love about her. She gets it a lot. But
she should. She's dating a man of color. You should fucking pay attention.
But yeah, the stink eyes, they don't go away.
It's
as the only person here that I know of that is resound to keep the race pure. I was watching this with my fiance.
That's fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Tell us about it, Pure Blood.
And I said, is this like, can you relate to this at all? You know, through any of your friends or whatever? And she said, well, kind of, but none of my friends slept with married dudes. So
Good for that.
So they're not.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Right, so I can't really. So I don't understand that angle. But back in the day, yeah, it was kind of an issue. And I was just curious. You know, is it still a thing?
It's still a thing with some. I mean, clearly you see interracial couples all over the place. It's just the way
It's just the way it is. Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a thing. Just from when I turn off the blinders that I have put in place on purpose, it's still there.
Well, and look, let's look at it from. Look, I'm not married to a black woman. I am married to a woman of color, but I'm not married to a black woman. But I get a pass because everyone assumes my wife is Puerto Rican. so for black people, they just assume like, Puerto Rican, that's practically black.
You know, she's Latin.
Yeah, it's all right. It's dark enough.
Brown enough.
Yeah, my wife literally passes the brown enough test for that. But when I was in a relationship with somebody who was white, you know, there were times that I certainly noticed it's impossible not to. But yeah, like you said, you kind of have to put blinders in place and just like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
It also depends on where you are.
I think
It's location also.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Look, I get looks if we go to a if we go to like a ritzy fucking restaurant, they're like, what the fuck you bringing this black dude in here for? Because somehow like white people have that weird thing where like, if a person isn't like black or Asian, they just assume that they're white. You know, it's just sort of like whitewashing of like, oh, that person's white. I'm like, that person's clearly like Dominican. Like, clearly Dominican. He's got on a white suit and red shoes. Like, what the fuck? He's Dominican. I'm just saying, guys, this is the type of shit you are. It's like, Bruno Mars, isn't that guy white? I'm like, isn't The Rock white? I had an argument with a guy in college. He was like, The Rock is white. I was like, he's on the cover of Jet magazine. He's not white. I'm pretty sure.
Who the fuck thought The Rock was white?
Because he's not dark skinned. That's enough. I'm telling you, dude, a lot of white people do just a whitewashing of people. They just don't pay attention.
Like Asian people can get accepted because they don't have brown skin.
Yeah.
Except if they're South Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're also invisible, so society don't give a fuck about Asians. They're not there.
I'm
They
surprised
don't.
that show Fresh Off the Boat is as popular as it is.
That shit was good, man.
It's funny.
Look, hey, the fact that Mindy Kaling is on fucking TV is amazing.
That's a good show also.
I watch that show with my wife all the time. It's hilarious.
I like Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, she's kind of a crazy person like my wife is. like she kind of is.
I never sat down with it yet.
It's good. It's pretty good. So yeah, do I think the racial thing is still an issue? Sure, but I also think that you tend to latch onto something because she's been cheated on, so she's just gonna latch onto whatever's the most obvious without being like dealing with like, oh, our relationship failed because of X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this woman is white, you're a piece of shit, you're not even black, which that argument doesn't make any sense. But yeah, if the woman was black, she would have found some other stupid thing to jump on. It's like anybody who gets cheated on, they go, oh, the woman or the person that you're cheating with, oh, that person's a piece of shit. Why are you mad at them? Mad at the person you're married to.
You know what? I'm gonna give this movie a pass, not in the fact that I think it's any better. I'm gonna give it a pass because it really is 20 years ago, and that really is a generation away.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I looked at it as a 20-year-old film, and like when he started going off on his father, I'm like, well, it was
I'm like,
1995.
I'm gonna put it like this.
We were just not progressive.
I'm putting it like this. Kids have been born and gone away to war and died since this movie was made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right. But it does make a profound difference when you look at it from that perspective of how, I mean, look how far society has come in 20 years. That you wouldn't, Turkleton's fucking character would not be acceptable. His reaction would not be acceptable as a character in a movie in 2015. Like his response, like, my father's a faggot. Someone in the movie would be like, dude, you're being an asshole. Like that's just the way it is. In this one, it's like don't use that
Also,
language.
the way the guy talked to her, the language wouldn't have made. He's like, I've been bisexual all this time. Well, I'm gay now. Like it's not really
Right, even that. Yeah,
It doesn't really work that way.
Gay now. I'm delivered. Going the other way.
I didn't understand the delivery of that line.
Well, you have to think about it in 1995. terms, right?
Not even 95. Like the delivery of the line or the line in general. Like she's like, I want to sleep with you or whatever. He's like, I've been bisexual for years now. Like she knew that. It was like he was restating something she had already known.
That's called awkward exposition.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, wait a minute. So she knew? And you're just saying it again? And then she goes, that's kind of fucked up that you would take it that far. And I'm like, oh, so she doesn't know.
Take it
How the fuck did he say it like that then?
It was so weird.
It was so fucking weird, man.
That's probably a line directly out of the book. You know what I mean? And they were just like, Carlos Esposito, read this. Like like you were saying earlier.
Or it was like 2 pages in the book shoved down to a sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe, because that shit was just really strange.
Like I've had a long struggle with I was bisexual for years. Like just put
But
that
I'm
out
gay
there.
now.
I love how that's a choice now.
Yeah. Like the way he said it was like, I decided I'm gay now.
I decided that I not delivered, return to sender. That's what that shit is.
Return to sender.
Return to sender.
Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious.
I've been returned. Oh my god.
I saw something. It was like as much as that video doesn't make any sense and it's all bullshit, it's like, why does he sound like a slave? That poor son of a bitch.
It does, man.
He kind of does. All right, so from there we meet Robin, and this is sort of the introduction to the other characters. And so we meet Robin, and she's off trying to she basically will sleep with anyone. She can't let the plates collect dust. She's got to keep the plate spinning, and by spinning, I mean have a different dude in her bed every night.
Yeah.
I mean, he's spinning on some dicks.
Yeah.
Well, she has this thing where she, and I've always said this, and it's fucked up, but that's what we do on this show. If you give the woman the world, she'll ask for the moon too. And that's what I don't believe all women are like that, by the way.
I'm like,
I believe
you're rolling in some dark ass territory, and ain't none of us saying
I
shit.
believe Lela Rochon. I heard that somewhere, and Lela Rochon's character is an example of that.
What do you mean?
When she is fucking Wendell Pierce, Wendell gets in. And he gets it in for like 90 seconds.
Not even.
Dude, I was going to say 90 is mighty generous.
Like
sir.
35.
The most triumphant 35 seconds of his life.
And after that,
I'm doing it, mama.
After that, he's like, "Well, what's wrong?" And they get into this conversation, and she basically says, "He says, well, what do you want?" And she says, "I want everything."
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like,
and then she named, "I want a big ass house. I want a bunch of kids. I want a lot of money. I want a bunch of kids. I want everything." And he's like, "Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it." But that's the type of person. That's.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because he looked at himself and then looked at her and was like, "I ain't never gonna get anything better than this." When homeboy came out of that bathroom, just like, "Hey, Kodak moment" type shit. Yeah, it was never gonna get better than that for him.
Nope.
No, he was like, "What you want? I will spend the money."
But that mentality,
Yes.
it immediately made me hate that character. I don't feel anything for this character, and I never will.
You know what?
Fuck you. I hope you wait forever to exhale. Die.
okay.
You know what made me hate
I
her?
feel like that hit a nerve.
The phone conversation she had later.
That was fucking hilarious.
The phone conversation she had later when she was talking to Whitney Houston. Was it Whitney Houston or Angela Bassett?
I think it's Whitney Houston.
And when they were talking on the phone, like during that scene, I was kind of zoned out because I was amazed at how shitty this movie was. But when that phone conversation she had, I was like, "You're just an imbecile. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
feel,
not particularly smart.
I don't feel bad for anything that happens to you right now.
Nope.
I hope all the oranges get thrown at your head.
That scene is one of my fucking favorites.
That dude played the worst junkie ever. He just sounded like an imbecile.
So what junkie
Kelton
then?
Williamson.
He's
I thought that was fucking what's his name? I thought that was Pinky at first. From what the hell is that movie? Friday.
The only Pinky I know is from the Blaine and the porn star.
yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say, and the ghost from Pac-Man.
Pinky. The nigga from fucking Friday.
Oh,
What's his name?
yeah.
Clifton
Powell. Clifton Powell.
Okay.
He would have been perfect for this role too, because he would have been a fucking asshole.
You know who that guy reminded me of?
Oh boy.
Pinky.
That guy. You talking about the guy in the leather
Yeah, the
pants?
leather fucking leather vest with no shirt on. What the fuck, dude?
He reminded me of my cousin, and you know who I'm talking about. And I don't know if it's nationwide.
Oh.
But
the Kiss My-
that's my cousin. The Kiss My Bumper guy is my cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude.
Kiss my bumper.
My bumper.
Just kiss it.
Because I've seen him in leather pants before.
Oh my
sorry.
god.
What are
It's like
you
a
doing?
broke ass Eddie Murphy. Jesus.
Who wears leather pants?
I was about to say, honest question.
How is that even comfortable?
Outside of some S&M shit, why would you wear leather pants?
They can't. They're not breathable.
No,
Right.
that's just you're just walking around in a swamp.
Swamp ass.
Somebody said once just a soup of your own genitals.
That sounds disgusting.
It's pretty much what it is. It's
It
like
is.
briny fucking madness going on. I couldn't imagine.
Nope.
Ball soup. Have we introduced Gloria yet?
No, go for it.
We get introduced to Gloria and her 17-year-old son Tyreek.
1745, same difference.
Yeah, whatever. And it's basically, like we stated earlier, just to show that she's kind of lonely, and her son is all she has. Now that all the characters are introduced, the Lela Rochon and Loretta Devine find out about the way Michael Bitch decided to
Man,
leave
listen.
Bernie. And then we cut to the most famous scene in the movie. Quite frankly, the most famous scene in all of Black Womandom.
This scene is the biggest like masturbatory, like you go get him girl scene.
You know what though?
I loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Like, I got no problem with what she did.
No,
who
fuck.
doesn't want to do this? Who hasn't fantasized about doing this when they were jilted by someone that they cared about and really, really wanted to burn all their shit?
I don't know, Micah. Who?
I'm just saying. I understand.
This episode is fucking therapy for you.
her character, man. Woo! I can relate.
I love her response. The fireman comes to the house. Is like, did you know there was a fire outside? Yes.
Yeah.
Did you set it? Yes.
No, she didn't say that. She didn't respond at all.
Oh, that's right.
He said, "You can only burn trash." It was trash.
Trash. That's right.
And I was like,
That was the best part of the movie. I could turn it off and been done.
yeah.
Like,
You're not wrong.
Like you're not supposed to have your money shot like 20 minutes into your goddamn 2-hour movie.
Oh my god.
It
So
was amazing.
So from there we get the scene with Robin and her new bed warmer, Wendell Pierce. And look,
Michael.
this scene is amazing.
This scene is amazing because I just love the fact that you can see straight through the underwear. So putting it out there.
Could you?
that's-
I don't know.
Yeah, look at this. Look, it's
Well, here's the clip.
there. You go.
Michael and I work for the same insurance company. He's just been promoted onto my marketing team. Michael is no Russell. I mean, he's not pretty, but he is available.
A Kodak moment.
Michael
Get it,
had
dog?
to be about a 38D. My brain was saying, put your hands anywhere else but on my body. Then go home. And don't come back, you human submarine sandwich. But you can't say that kind of thing without hurting someone's feelings.
Go rub it. Go rub it. Come here, baby.
I wonder if they stood her on something just to make her look bad.
I think she just told
Better
her.
than I thought you would. Come here.
Crackety crack.
I got you.
You got me? Woo! Yeah. It's okay.
That bed is very small. By the way.
Yeah.
It's a TV show, man. I'm so glad he's getting better parts than this now.
He's such a better actor. From this to Selma.
This is bunk, guys.
Yeah, seriously.
This motherfucker was in Selma.
That's a hell of a way to end.
That's exactly why I ended the image that way. That shit is fucking hilarious.
It doesn't matter because it was going to end 30 seconds after that anyway.
Yeah, I didn't feel like we needed the other scene because there's another like terrible sex scene that comes later too. But I kind of I empathize with her because she's kind of a fat shamer. I'm kidding.
Are you?
Hello.
Just keep it real. Keep it 100.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. Is it a weak tea or do I get a card?
Speaking of which, I really we're not pulling a Larry Wilmore. We're not apologizing for shit.
Oh fuck no!
Look,
if you're offended, listen to the other 52 episodes where we insult everyone up a fucking tree. Get the fuck out of here. Check your privilege.
I was mad at that shit.
You shouldn't. No. Look. Here's the thing. These black women in this movie are pieces of shit, okay? They're pieces of shit characters. They just are. Oh, I got cheated on, so let me fuck someone else's husband. You're an asshole, okay? You just are. And that's fine. That's okay. And look, most of the guys in this movie are pieces of shit. Wendell Pierce is, look, as much as he's like kind of like a dumbass, and you kind of like, oh, you poor dumb son of a bitch. Like, he's kind of an asshole to her, too.
He's an asshole, too. Like, everybody here is an asshole.
Leon, a.k.a. Terrence, is a fucking dick.
I mean, I believe that's just Terrence method acting. But
Give me them pajama pants.
I didn't even understand his character either.
he
was just a dick.
He's a do nothing nigga that wants his cake and eats it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all.
He was basically like a dick under glass in the case of emergency break. That's all he was. He just showed up, fucked her, and moved on.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with her. Yeah, sure.
Right. Dennis Haysbert was doing the same shit.
Exactly.
Again,
like all of them.
Everyone in this movie just about is a fucking asshole.
What you call it shows up. Goddamn non-action star Wesley Snipes shows up. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck
He was
around.
one of the best people in the movie.
But he was still fucking around on his dying wife.
Look, I'm gonna give him a pass because I'll say this. I'll give it a pass because like it's a level of emotional cheating, which is not okay. But knowing someone who went through something very similar to that, there is a way that you have to protect yourself, and I get it. Like it's not necessarily like, oh, it's fine, but I understand it. And the way that is actually played is fairly realistic to how people deal with death like that of partners. So I kind of understand it, and he didn't cheat on her, but I don't think that's the point of his character anyway. I think his point of his character is to show Angela Bassett's character, it's to help her grow as a character. Like, he is solely there to provide that because she sleeps with another dude. Like, she's like, oh, I'm hook up with this other guy who's like a basketball player or some shit like that. She hooks up with him, like, to get her physical fuck on. But I think for emotional support, I think that's why he was there. And I actually thought he was one of the shining lights of that other movie, to be honest.
All right.
His character.
All right.
It's like,
Fine.
But you should always bet on
I don't know. It just bothered me. He was like, yep, my white wife. You got a problem because she white? She's like, I'm white.
But I think part of his character's arc or her arc was to be introduced to the fact that he had a white wife, but it wasn't that he's with this white woman to like spite a black woman or whatever, which was her feeling up until that point, right? Yeah. It was like this. He's like, yes, my wife is white. She's the only woman I've ever loved. You know what I mean? It was like, that's it. Yeah. And that's why I'm with her. I think that was the point of his character. Which is pretty good. I actually dug it. But then we cut to a scene with what's Loretta Devine's character's name? Gloria. And she meets up with Giancarlo Esposito, her ex. Which if she didn't know, I don't know how she didn't know he was gay. Yeah, because by 95 standards, he is wearing literally the gayest outfit they could think of. Yeah, he is. They're like, put this dude in a smooth ass suit, keep those eyebrows on fleek, and give him a pinky ring. Like, all right, we get it. He's gay. Like, we get it.
Double hoop earrings in his ear. Like, all right.
Right. Like why don't you just have a sign around his neck that says "I like dudes"? We get it.
Wears a pink triangle on his arm.
Yeah. Like, I mean, come on. Like, Jesus Christ. But again, this is the subtleties of the 1990s, right? And also, it's a black movie, so homophobia. Like, that's we still roll pretty deep in the whole homophobia game.
Was there homophobia in this?
I mean, it's sort of an implied
in the salon, like the prerequisite gay dude.
That was so over the
like
top.
He's been a gay dude in a few movies. That guy.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gay in real life.
I don't think he.
No. I mean, I don't really give a shit.
You can do this ridiculous accent, right? All right.
Yeah, I mean, there's like the level of implied homophobia, right? It's like, he, like you said earlier, like it's like the double bad. Like, he's a shitty father and he's gay. Like, oh my God. Like,
Has he ever met his son?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Remember he said when I see him every 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
I don't know why he shows up every 2 years, but.
Yeah. Also, like, I guess like they're trying to make the whole notion that Giancarlo is gay as being like this big point. But to me, the bigger point of the scene is like, he's just a shitty father. Mm-hmm. Whether he was straight or not, he's just a horrible dad. So actually, we have that clip. So,
were they married? Did they even go into that? Like,
they didn't.
These are things that I need to know that the movie didn't tell me.
No,
because it's not good.
Well, you're not wrong. So here's that clip.
Maybe the movie was short-sighted.
Would you like some wine?
No. Thanks.
Sure.
When exactly are you expecting him?
Tomorrow.
After I get up on this bitch.
Wait! David! You know you can always stay here.
Here.
Don't have enough relaxer for his hair here.
I thought that maybe we could, like last time.
I should be honest with you.
About what?
About me.
What about you?
Do you remember how I didn't respond to you last time?
Of course.
Like Prince.
I remember.
Seriously.
I thought it's because I gained weight and...
I have been bisexual for years.
Like what?
What? What?
You heard me right. But I'm not anymore. I'm gay.
David.
I didn't even hear that part.
David, you don't have to go to this extreme just because...
Look, Gloria, I don't have to lie about this. I've lied too long as it is. I'm staying at the Biltmore. If he ever wants to see me, he has to make the first move. If I don't hear from him by noon, I'm checking out. And I mean just that.
What?
Oh, see,
Dude, fuck you!
Seriously, you didn't hear that part before?
No, I didn't hear the I'm gay now part.
No, but
honestly, I kind of checked out of it.
It's a lifestyle
like
choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
I need you to know
you're
that.
painting me into a corner. You know?
Get over it,
my
Anna.
God.
Oh, shit.
Look, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, if you have not watched the Young Turks interview Dr. David James Manning, you are missing the fuck out.
They were so professional in not busting out laughing as hard as you could see in their face. They were trying not to.
I don't know how you do it.
Oh my God.
They're professional.
But yeah, this guy is a piece of shit.
Right.
Regardless of his sexuality.
Right. But also, did you catch that? How ashamed he sounded when he said he was gay? Did you catch that? He goes, I've been bisexual for years. No, I'm gay. Like, he literally hung his head down like, I'm sorry. Again, 20 years ago.
But then he says, I'm staying at the Biltmore. If he wants to see me, he has to make the first move.
He's a shitty father.
That shit drives me fucking crazy.
You're the adult.
Right.
If he's not there by noon, I'm checking out. Like,
and
what?
I mean exactly that.
Out of the closet.
He's just in the closet in the room the whole time.
Just sitting in a fucking closet watching Power Rangers. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What just happened?
Power Rangers was the gayest thing Terrence could think of.
Yeah,
probably. The blue one.
The blue one.
Oh shit.
David Yost.
How do you fucking remember?
I know all of their real names.
Why, you fucking nerd? Jesus.
Listen to the Nerd Apocalypse.
Yeah, sorry guys. It is what it is.
That was a very interesting set of dialogue there. Like, I didn't get that scene at all. Like, it was so fucking convoluted to me.
I have to imagine that it was written in the book that way.
Yeah.
And Terry McMillan.
Like I said, I really hope it was 2 pages.
Is Terry McMillan a good author?
I haven't read any of her fucking books.
I mean, just going by at least
going by this movie, no.
or How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
How Stella Got Her Groove Back is a better movie.
Yeah, I would agree with this.
I would posit that 50 Shades of Grey is getting a movie, and that is garbage. Like, people that read it as a book say it is just horrible shit.
Well, it's based on a Twilight fan fiction.
Right, I was about to say, I just learned that yesterday.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
No. Fucking Twilight. I haven't seen 1 minute of Twilight.
Twilight fan fiction is the best shit, best-selling shit ever, and has a goddamn movie coming out.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Trilogy
it was made.
movies.
This is garbage. Is a book that's garbage and is made into a movie. So can I believe that this is being made into a movie?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And it's based on garbage. Is a script based on garbage?
Yeah.
Here's a movie based on a script based on garbage.
If you learn nothing
That's
today,
reasonable enough.
Yeah. So we then get Whitney Houston's character. See, again, black women, you're treated like dog shit in this movie by Terry McMillan, right? She's saying, like, Whitney Houston meets this guy, dances with this guy all night, finds out that guy came to the party with somebody else. Also, that woman was like, oh, okay, now I'll just dance with that guy. I was like, he's been dancing with this. Like, are the women, do they have any level of intelligence? None.
I think that the thought that
So
was
extreme.
going on, I think that the thought that was going on in the minds of the creators was that, well, I'm going to make what I think male characters would do and then make them female characters. The problem is that guys are scumbags. Why would you also want to be a scumbag? Like we talked about it earlier, and it's pervasive throughout this entire movie. Why? Yeah, you could be an asshole, but why would you want to be an asshole?
Right.
And it's not like it's I gotta fight fire with fire. Like it shouldn't be a competition between the genders. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm stuck in the Matrix and not in the real world. Because if this is what the real world is,
I don't want to be a part of it.
Right? Me and Joey Pants will be eating this fake steak.
Yeah.
Like, screw on.
Like, fuck that. Put me back in the pod.
Joey Pants.
So here's an interesting thing about Terry McMillan. Terry McMillan married Jamaican Jonathan Plummer in 1998. She was in her late 40s, and he was in
come out gay.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, he was in his early 20s. He was the inspiration for the love interest of the main character in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And then in 2004, he came out that he was gay.
Was he homosexual the whole time?
He was bi for many years, and then transitioned into being gay.
Yeah, he's gay now.
He's gay.
like a Pokemon. This is his final form. Fuck are you talking about?
Level 35, he turns gay.
You could choose to evolve this Pokemon if you want.
You can stay by in level
you
2.
Stay by, or you can evolve to gay.
Like in 1995, people were fucking morons.
That's how it works.
Yeah, like
hey, it's evolution.
This proves evolution is real. This is the thing.
Apparently, she called Marco Rubio Uncle Tom.
Yeah, I did see that. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm not the hugest Terry McMillan fan, but all right, I got you.
Yeah,
is he really an Uncle Tom though?
Yes.
Wouldn't he be like? No, he would be like an Uncle
Jose.
Jose, right? Wow. He's Cuban. He's not black.
Uncle Tomas.
Tio Jose.
Uncle Tomas.
Uncle Tomas. I don't have a problem with that. So, Uncle Tomas. Look, Uncle Jose is a really great term.
Uncle Jose just sounds racist as fuck, though.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. So then we cut to Whitney Houston's character having sex with this dude, right? So
sexy. That's where it got.
The screen capture I have up is him having sex, and it just says growling and moaning. He looks like he's in mid transformation to be a werewolf. Like, I'm gonna give it to you. So
X gonna give it to you.
That's what's going on in his mind. So from
no, she's not a man.
He was bisexual for a long time.
He was. That's true. Oh,
then he went to jail.
And now he's evolved.
I don't think he's evolved just yet.
He's returned to sender. So this is the same guy from the first club that she meets that was clearly dancing with her when he had brought someone else, and that woman, like I said, took him back and started dancing with him and seemed totally fine with the fact that he was like trying to hook up with someone else.
You know, he's like, "This is my friend."
Right. Like
that was the weird scene. That whole scene was weird as shit.
Weird shit in this movie. Like, this is my friend, and she just left. I'm like,
well, she was kind of like, she was just kind of like, fuck you. But I would have said it. Fuck you, dude. Like, what the fuck? This is unacceptable.
Why would she say fuck you when she's doing the same thing?
Yeah, you're not
wrong. The whole scene was fucked.
Fuck this fucking movie, dude.
So she's sleeping with this guy. So we'll play this clip.
That's my toothbrush. Is he crazy? Turns out this guy has no real income. Chain smokes reefer. Brags about being a vegetarian. Then inhales 3 hot dogs like it's the last time somebody's gonna buy him a meal. I gave him $20 for gas, which came to $7.18, and he didn't even give me my change. My fantasy was to get myself a little piece. You know, get my feet wet in a new town. Well, not exactly my feet. Hell, it's been 5 months, and he has gotten on my last nerve. But I don't have to be in love with him to do it. Hell, my body needs this.
No condom.
Oh, Lionel, baby, we've got all night. You can take your time.
I'm just so excited. I've been thinking about what I'd do to you since New Year's. Oh! Hold on, baby, I'm on my way.
What? Girl. Girl, huh?
Is she on the pill?
Now I'm a keeper at the damn zoo.
Is she on drugs? Oh, I'm sorry. These dudes, do they have the tiniest penises ever that they get on these women and they feel nothing?
Well,
they feel nothing. They don't respond to anything entering them at all.
Maybe they've slept with so many.
Holy shit.
Hot dog down a hole.
Yep.
Don't get mad, black women. Come on.
Cavernous vagina.
Y'all fucking made this movie $90 million.
There was,
yeah, you
I
did.
don't want to fucking hear it.
There was this girl that I messed around with a little bit, and then she was a piece of shit, so we were all making fun of her behind her back. And apparently,
that's mature.
Whatever. Fuck, she's a piece of shit. And it was me, a couple other dudes, and a couple other girls that all knew one thing about her, and it was 2 words: cavernous vagina.
Oh man.
Oh.
That thing was
so much space.
It was just wide open no matter what, any time of day.
That's sad.
Yeah.
So we move to a scene of Angela Bassett giving 0 fucks. And she breaks in on a meeting with that piece of shit guy, and she walks in and she smacks the shit out of that white woman.
Yeah, really,
dude. She smacked her like she had just escaped slavery, and like this woman had been keeping her captive for years.
Like, if you've seen that clip of that dude that smacks the shit out of that girl on the subway,
it's one of the greatest
First of all,
moments in human
that girl
history.
deserved the shit out of that.
Yeah, she kind of did.
Yeah,
Second of all, that's pretty much what the hell happened right here. Just
I kind of wanted the theme song from Guile's theme to come on right after she smacked her. Like it should have started as she walked into that fucking border. It's like, bam, just hit her. Like that shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie, that's hilarious. But
or just Thug Life to pop up at the bottom.
Yeah, that actually would have also been acceptable. I would have taken that. Yeah, look. I really don't think I give a shit much about this movie. Like, I really don't care for any of the characters. I think we can pretty much move quickly through this. I mean, I think that it was nice that Bernadette basically says like, oh, you know, we're going to let... Excuse me.
Keep fucking her name up, goddammit.
Yeah, my bad.
Does it matter?
It doesn't.
Yes,
but
because she's the best character.
She is the best character, in fairness. But, so we get... Like, fast forwarding, Gloria lets her son go to Spain. Like, she does the announcement through the church or whatever, which I thought was actually pretty cool. Like, I thought that was kind of a cool way to surprise her son that he was going to be able to go to Spain. And, like, all of them are in church hats and shit. Fucking.
Damn, you skipped to the end.
I skipped like 50. No, I skipped like 55 minutes in. Fuck this movie.
Is the middle really even that important at this point?
Like, it really isn't. Like,
you forgot to talk about Woody Hutton's mother.
What's that?
What?
Woody Hutton's mother. The one that, like, we forgot all about What's his name? Dennis Haysbert?
Oh, yeah, Dennis Haysbert. No, I'm not skipping. I'm in the middle of the movie.
Is that the middle of the movie?
Yeah, I'm at 55 minutes. The drunk ass motherfucker with the...
but the announcement, the church announcement.
The church announcement is literally like 10 minutes before the end of the movie.
Whatever. What are you gonna
Let's talk about these oranges.
Whitney Houston's mother is like constantly telling
She's
her
a fucking asshole.
like she's like, you need a man.
Whitney Houston's...
No, you need a man.
Whitney Houston's mother is a grimy bitch, like those chicks from fucking Insecure.
And it's like, well, obviously he's not happy in his marriage if she's coming to see you. Like,
fuck Whitney
that's
Houston.
Pretty fucked up.
Fuck Whitney Houston with that nice ass job, and her mother's using food stamps. I don't care.
Yeah, by the way, that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Sure am starving.
I sure is hungry.
Well, this steak over here is good. Old bitch, fuck you.
It's like, how you doing, man? I was like, well, I'm on food stamps.
I'm eating cat food every night.
And that was another part of the movie. I'm like, is this something that we were supposed to know? That her mother was poor?
Why don't you help your mom out?
I didn't understand anything in this movie. Only person I understood was Bernadine. That's all I got from this movie. Like,
she's the only one worth a
right.
damn. She really is.
And even then, she's fucking somebody else's husband.
Yeah, if that one dude.
So, all right.
Got a raw deal.
So, at this point, we've got Robin who starts going out. She breaks up with Wendell Pierce because he treats her like dog shit during a meeting.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that wasn't cool, dude.
Yeah, but you don't shit where you eat either.
That's why you don't. I agree. That's your own goddamn fault.
Yep.
Yeah, like,
sorry.
What do you think was going to happen? And he's your superior or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, cool.
No,
man.
she said she fired him.
No, that's slang.
That was
that's
her.
slang for like dumping.
Oh, that's how much I was paying attention to this movie.
No, I fired him. Yeah, like, no, you didn't. Like, this dude is on to the next one.
Yeah,
Like,
because
the
he
whore that he is.
Yeah, because he shows up at a club with a woman. He was pretty goddamn fine too.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it must have been a Kodak moment then too.
So this is something that I don't understand either. Probably because one, I'm not a black woman, and two, I don't have a lot of hair. But they specifically show a scene of Bernie her hair cut, and
cut that man out of your hair.
Yeah, I don't know what this does.
Have you ever?
I don't know.
Have you ever gone through some fucked up event and you're just like, "Fuck it, I need to change something."
You need to change something.
You just need to change, and for women, hair is a huge deal. Like that's a massive change.
And for men, it's a huge deal.
Right. I thought that it was like something that he wanted her to look a certain way.
I didn't get that.
The long hair was part of it.
I didn't get that. I think it was just like Rob said, some traumatic event happened.
I mean, it's a very common thing with women.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole joke, like, cut that man out of your hair. Like, fuck this dude.
It's just something that I don't. It's just something that I don't understand.
Well, you look at it. I mean, I guess you could look at it from a perspective.
I get it. I
don't get it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, I always look at it from a perspective of, if you're like, women a lot of times are defined, like their femininity is defined by men based on their hair, right? Like, oh, if your hair is short, it's like a man. I'm like, no, having a penis is like a man. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But I know guys who will not find a woman with short hair attractive. Like, it's just not attractive to them. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. I don't.
I have a preference, but like if my fiance cut all her hair off,
like,
all right, whatever.
You can sleep in the guest room. I'll see you in a month when that shit comes back. like that would be ridiculous. But there are guys who are just like, sorry, it went from strong to not so strong.
See, I can relate with the. Like,
I dated a girl with a shaved head. I didn't give a shit.
I've had fucked up events with relationships, and the first thing I do is turn around and buy something ridiculous that I really can't afford.
Oh, and so it's like that?
There you go.
Oh, I completely understand that.
Yeah, you were just talking about, before we started the show, you were just talking about spending $3,000 on a fucking 3D television when you got your heart broken.
This fucked up shit happened to me in Virginia. Before I even got home, I stopped at T-Mobile. I bought the newest goddamn big clunky ass Windows phone, but it was the best shit ever. Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna get this big ass thing that nobody else knows. Look, I can look at my fucking MySpace page and you can't.
Yeah.
Bang! I just had an epiphany. Thank you guys. Thank you. I completely understand that now.
So for guys, it's we just go buy electronics.
Yeah, we just go buy shit we don't need. We don't need. Man, that's okay. All right. Well, I'm good. I'm good for the rest of the show.
I never understood it until just now.
Oh shit!
So
that's how good it is to be a guy. Like, all right. We don't have to go through any physical transformation.
No.
Buy a fucking TV that you don't need.
There you go.
Our credit is just fucked up afterwards. Like, should probably not have bought that.
Yeah, fuck it. My living room needs to change.
Yeah, exactly.
We cut to Lela Rochon dating my cousin as they're about to go to a party.
Kiss my bumper, gal.
Where they're doing blow. And she's like, no, I can't deal with this. First of all, Lela Rochon.
When he fucking comes in the party,
Lela Rochon is wearing drapes.
She's dressed like a hooker.
Like she's
at the point. You never saw those documentaries?
It's obvious that she doesn't like the Kiss My Bumper guy, but the Kiss My Bumper guy, when they get home, kind of convinces her to, stick with him and go on a couple more dates. Eventually, Terrence shows up, who is her one true love. And
every time you say his
it's fucking Leon, dude. He looks like fucking Terrence. This is a fact.
And Leon gives Lela Rochon the dick down, and all of a sudden it's
that
like
is what I do, but in that respect,
I mean, maybe I am this guy.
Oh shit!
And now all of a sudden she is hit with the magic stick, and she's like, "Well,
I used to love that song.
Well, fuck you, Kiss My Bumper guy. You can kiss my bumper because I'm back with Terrence." And we get to.
God damn it.
There's a scene. Do you have that scene clipped out?
I don't.
Oh, damn it. So there's a scene where the Kiss My Bumper guy is
fucking hilarious.
rolling around in leather pants and a leather vest in Arizona at high noon.
No t-shirt, by the way.
On coke or some shit.
Oh, he's high as a fucking kite.
Is he high, drunk, or both?
Yeah.
Right. And it's a funny exchange between. It's one of the funnier parts of this movie. It's one of the parts of the movie that I actually genuinely enjoyed.
He was like,
but he
you
says,
a raggedy bitch.
That shit was funny. That shit was really funny.
He says something to the effect of this is why black men go with white women anyway.
Yep.
Because y'all are bossy, essentially.
Larry Wilmore paid for that shit. Are black women bossy?
Oh God.
Look.
I just asked the question. I didn't say that you were.
It depends on the woman, man.
It really does.
Some of them are.
Yeah, and I don't think it has anything to do with black.
I was gonna say some white women are bossy.
Yeah.
There's a ton of white bitches out there that are fucking bossy too. They get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
true.
It depends on who you are. And look, that's not to say that bossy means you got to be weak, but you know, you got to know how to pick your battles. I could be a fucking asshole too, but I pick my battles.
It's very true.
Come on, man. There are many times where I want to be a fucking asshole, but I'm like,
and you are.
How about I reserve this? I become an asshole in this show so that I don't have to bring my work home with me.
I kind of like that idea. This is where you're an asshole solely on these shows, because it's a lot. We do a lot of shows.
Yeah, we do a lot.
Yeah.
So
I'm not an asshole.
Nigga, shut up.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not.
All right, Leon. We'll get to you. Give me the pajama pants.
Everybody knows I'm the nice guy. So
Nigga, shut up.
If people could see the shit we post in our private group, no one would ever listen to this show ever again.
Oh my God.
Everyone would be alienated because we're dicks. Four fucking complete assholes, and we have to keep it private. Are you out of your mind? Occasionally that shit spills over into like our public walls, and it's like, put it in the fucking private group, you crazy. They're gonna know.
Oh,
So Loretta Devine.
Like I said, I am not an asshole.
Loretta, like I said, Loretta Devine.
Yeah, just move on.
Sees a moving guy unloading things into a house across the street. The moving guy is Gregory Hines, and she is smitten by the light-skinnedness of Gregory Hines.
And who's the only good guy in the end?
He is. Yeah. The light-skinned dude. This is starting the precedent of the fucking Tyler Perry.
I'm just saying, fuck Tyler Perry. The revolution's coming.
The closest thing to the white man.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We're patient.
You're patient.
We're patient.
Fucking slow but sure.
We are patient.
I'll be sure.
This is like the Marvel comics with the Secret Invasion. They started real early.
Slowly. Oh, I have to tell you, I love Gregory Hines' character. I like Gregory Hines as an actor. I did. He's dead now, unfortunately. I don't know why they didn't give some opportunity to have him tap dance.
Wait, he's dead?
Yeah, he died a couple years ago.
That sucks balls.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Clearly, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
See, you are an asshole. You are an asshole.
I can't tell if you're being an asshole or not. Right?
No, really, I didn't know he died.
Well, there goes the revolution.
See? That shit wasn't even televised.
Shit.
The fucked up thing is, I would have thought, do you guys not have meetings? Like, dark-skinned people have meetings. Like, if Wesley Snipes died, we would know.
Yeah.
We would have a memorial for him.
holiday.
Yeah.
We'd all be wearing black.
Of course you would know, because the day would get brighter.
Yeah,
He would
exactly.
start sucking in all the fucking light.
It's just he's the black hole of Hollywood.
So
I like Wesley Snipes.
Loretta Devine chats up Gregory Hines, and he likes a woman with a little meat on the bones. And,
Which he flat out says.
Yeah, which is just straight up. It's like,
Look, he too busy moving. Look,
He's too busy fixing everything all
I don't
the time.
have time to bullshit with you. I want to fuck.
we cut to
Fix this lamp.
we cut to Michael lights up Beach and Bernie in court, and the judge, for some reason, every time they show this judge, they do a close up on his fucking mouth, his old ass mouth, and some judgment is ruled in favor of Michael Beach, and Bunny is pissed.
Yeah, she's not too pleased with it.
She's just like, look, I told you could have taken this $300,000 in this house. And the car that
it was
you
just the child
burned
support.
up.
It was just a child support judgment. They hadn't gotten to the estate judgment yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do you think? No, like spoilers 20 years later. She gets like a ton of shit. Like she gets the car, she gets the house, she gets a lot of money.
It's a second house.
Like yeah, she gets all the shit. What are your thoughts on like at least for this example, like money that women get in divorces? Like, do you think she deserved like 50%?
What did she do? Well, she
helped him start his business.
That she started the business.
Yeah.
If she in fact did start the business, then in the context of this movie, with given the things that I know, then yes, she deserves it because she helped start the business and she put her career on hold to help him elevate that business.
Yeah.
But if you're a do-nothing bitch and you just kind of sitting at home popping out babies and shit.
Yeah, but that's also a thing. I mean,
she can be a stay-at-home mom.
You better give me them goddamn kids. I'll take care of them.
Here's the thing: he's clearly not trying to take care of the kids.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Hire a nanny.
So, but that's
you're rich enough.
But the thing is, he walked out on her, left her with a house. You think there's no taxes on that house? The fuck's she gonna do?
Yeah,
Might have been paid for.
Was
I
it?
assumed it was paid.
Even if it's paid for, you still got to pay tax.
You still got property tax. You still got utilities and all that. Does she have a job?
Yeah, does she have a job?
She does not. She doesn't have a job.
Oh well, then she deserves. She deserved the money. Then.
Yeah,
I thought so. I was just asking.
He can't just leave her high and dry, and all of a sudden she got to take care of all this shit.
Yeah.
Look, like my attitude is this: like when it comes to divorce rates and like whatever the spouse, it could be, the husband if the woman's making millions of dollars and he's not making anything. Chances are that's not true because it's just not how society works. But at this point,
society works.
So I would say if you're around, and even if you're having kids and you're staying home or whatever, and you've been married for like 20 years, and in that time you've built this business or whatever, yeah, you get that money. You get, you are a part of that. Taking care of kids is a part of your life, right? But if you just showed up and somebody already had $1 billion and you show up and get married for 3 years and then you get divorced and they're like 50%, fuck you. No,
here's the thing.
Shit. That's
if that happened, then
and it happens,
I'm going to say, you know what? You kind of deserve to lose that money for not signing that prenup. You goddamn moron.
Have you had the prenup discussion?
Ooh, what are you getting?
What money?
What money?
We ain't rich. There's no discussion I have. Have you?
I had a prenup discussion. Yeah, I did, and I told her that I don't plan on.
You better not take my TV
because I told her, look, if you betray me, guess what? You're gonna be dead. I didn't tell her that.
God damn.
I'm not an asshole. I didn't tell her that.
That's not asshole. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's a straight murderer.
We did have a prenup conversation, and I said I don't believe in prenups because I'm
trying to get paid, girl.
You are the one, and she said, "Good, because you would just accrue my debt." Which is
damn.
Yep,
that's all that shit is. Because she's got $1 bajillion in student loans.
Congratulations. Yeah. My wife has a doctor from an Ivy League school. We have a lot of fucking debt.
Like you asked me prenup. I was just if I had the state of mind to not be confused by you asking me that, I would have just laughed in your face.
What?
Because. What fucking money?
I love that. What money?
Like
I know somebody who did a prenup.
I know someone that did a prenup too.
You know who that person is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I just recently found out that they did a prenup, but my mother did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
She got remarried, and 2 years ago she decided she made him sign a prenup.
Yeah. This person is a very high-powered lawyer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
God, yeah, of course he would. Of course he would. God damn it, I can't wait till this show is over so we can talk about
y'all motherfuckers need to keep that private shit private. It's just not right.
Hey, you have no idea. I'll give you some details on that. But I like, yeah, well.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, here's a prenup. I just got a loan for $2,000 and I'm excited. What fucking prenup?
You guys didn't ask me.
Well,
we have a prenup. We have a prenup.
Do you?
No, what do you
like? You keep the dog?
Yeah,
and get the fuck out.
She probably would take the dog. Actually, my dog loves her now. He ain't no time for me. He's like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Like always in that goddamn room. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Closing me out.
Shutting me out of your
Son
life.
of a bitch.
Telling me to be quiet. Fuck quiet.
Oh man, all right. So she meets
Whitney Houston.
She meets Wesley Snipes, and after the judgment, she meets Wesley Snipes, and they start talking, and they kind of hit it off. We come back to Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston does not get a lot of screen time in this movie.
Good.
Yeah, good.
But she does get the president.
Yeah, David Palmer comes in, and
you're in good hands. With Allstate.
With Allstate. And he comes in, and he is a lost love that has married and moved on, but he tells Whitney Houston that he always has loved her.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because he fucked this other girl, got her pregnant, and married her.
Right.
Yeah, that's literally what
But he doesn't really love her, though. He's just trying to do right by his wife
children.
and child.
All right, nigga.
Like, I know people like that in real life, and they're fucking scumbags. Like, I used to work with a couple people like that. And they're just
Yeah, I remember one.
fucking, yeah. Just scumbags, man. He's basically just trying to run game, but Whitney Houston genuinely does like this guy. They go back home.
And this is the guy that her mother's like,
Yeah, she's
Fuck
like,
him.
you need to like fuck his wife. Get with him. He doesn't like her. You need a man. You need a man.
how pathetic is that?
You need
That's
a man.
really
I'm like,
sad.
come on, man.
Is that? Do you think that that's sort of a telling thing for like a generational thing?
Yes,
That
it's
he's like-
residual. That's the residual.
I'm glad they addressed it at least a little bit with the mother when she was like,
We're at the end. She's
Like,
like, look, mom.
Mom was just like, I know I'm doing this, but I just don't want you to end up like me. And that was at least understandable when the mother explained it. I still don't understand why she can't support her mother with her riches and her mother's on fucking food stamps eating the cat food. So I can't let that pass. But I get where the mom's coming from.
Like that still was a little weird to me.
So the mom
Like
is
that-
just a side chick who ended up alone. That's what I assumed, right?
Yeah.
Like she had her own fucking Allstate man, and then dude was like, I'm moving to Geico and fucking bounced.
She put all her energy into raising this kid who also bounced the fuck out and left her behind in an empty house.
Starving to death.
Chewing on ice cubes.
Did she leave her? Like, you gotta leave. Like, you can't really bring. I mean, you could bring your mother with you. First of all, how the fuck did these four women become friends?
I have no idea.
Like, she just moved here, right?
I'm just gonna
Were
assume.
they friends in the past?
I'm gonna assume it was in the hair salon. Just gonna assume that and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I assume that they went on meetup.com and they found a meetup for scumbag bitches.
Damn.
And they said, I'm a scumbag.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
It was a meetup for
raggedy bitches.
It was a meetup for raggedy scumbag bitches that met up in the hair salon where Gloria was already working.
Yes,
Because Gloria's not
right.
a scumbag. She's not a raggedy bitch. She just needs to get her shit together.
Yeah, they all decided to meet up at Gloria's hair salon.
Okay.
I guess. Look, I don't know.
Look, man, I'm a man. I'm already getting fucking lambasted in this movie for 2 fucking hours.
Like, apparently, no men in this movie knows how to fuck, and
Men don't know how to fuck. They have tiny penises. They last. Let's go with 30 seconds.
I can't imagine. Look. I'm not the type of dude to brag on sexual prowess. I can't fucking imagine. Bam! Oh, bam! Like, what the fuck?
That's a medical condition. Seriously.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You need to get checked the fuck out.
Oh, that is the best pussy that has ever existed.
Ain't no pussy that's good.
That shit,
None.
That shit needs to be vibrating already with fucking chemicals and seeping into your goddamn dick.
Like,
something is not right.
Like, if that happens to you, just cut that shit off and give it to somebody who needs it.
Goddamn.
I'm serious.
So who can use it?
Seriously, man. Like, go
35. It was just like, and then that dude was like,
I can't imagine.
Shaking. You got to hit the shivers.
God, I wish we had a woman on this show. Man, ladies,
how sad is that shit?
Ladies, in the comments section under this post, I need a lot of questions answered. One of them, do you have you ever been with a half-minute man? Like, do they exist?
That's unacceptable. I would assume they do.
That's unacceptable.
I would assume they do, but
Oh my God.
That's sad.
that's.
I don't. I
I
can't.
want to kill myself.
God damn. Why would you kill yourself? You're clearly enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck you, care.
Cut your dick off and feed it to a starving child.
God damn.
Because it would be of better use.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyway, the best scenes in this movie involve Angela Bassett and Wesley Snipes, and they have a wonderful interaction where they talk about.
Hold on 1 second. Going back, the 30-second men that think they're the shit.
Nigga, get the fuck out.
Yeah, all of the dudes in here thought they were the shit.
They're like, you like that? You enjoy that? Like,
What's my name? Say my name. Say my name, bitch. Come on, man.
say my name. Say my name. Oh, too late.
And I'm done. But
Like, oh, I don't need you to say it now.
You wouldn't be able to get out the full pronunciation of Tyrone before this guy's fucking done.
So yeah, the Wesley Snipes and Angela Bassett have the best scenes in this movie where they're actually talking about something that's actually meaningful and talking about love and life and how complicated it is. And these are the absolute best things about this movie, and it is the only redeemable part of this movie.
I agree.
It's the only part of this movie that you should watch. Like, go make a sandwich or something, and
Go make a 2-hour sandwich.
go make a sandwich. Go wash your car. Go to your kids. Go do something.
Go have sex for a normal length of time.
and then come.
It's 2 minutes, right?
And listen to these conversations.
I thought it was sweet.
They're
Like,
very, very good.
yeah, I thought it was sweet. It's, I don't know, like going back to what I said, like knowing somebody, and Micah, you know this person is, knowing somebody whose husband died, when they were young, they're still in their 20s. Like, there is an emotional disconnect you have to do when you know somebody is dying that you're that close to. I don't know. I thought, like you said, it is the best part of the movie, and it's handled incredibly well.
Yeah, that's the
Considering everything else, everything else in this movie is handled. They just took a ham and just beat you to death with it. It's like, you get it? Brr, bisexual for years. Like, all right. But that is the one scene. I feel like they brought in a consultant and it was like, hey, just take it easy. And let me show you how to do subtlety and do something really well.
The next couple scenes are of it's Loretta Devine's character's birthday, and the four of them are hanging out. And honestly, this is maybe the second best scene where you really show some sort of character development in these characters.
Because they don't talk about a man for 5 seconds, and then Loretta Devine spits all over a cake.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What's wrong with you? You're a grown-ass woman.
And you see Angela Bassett still kind of, she's still not over it because she still hasn't been able to she still hasn't been able to purge. She still hasn't been able to vent. And as someone who got done a fucked up, I don't mind that the relationship ended. Like, I could see the writing on the wall, but there was no time. The way it ended was incredibly disrespectful, in my opinion. And I
something a raggedy bitch would do.
yeah, and it was something it was something that. It was something that I didn't. It took me a while to get over. Like, I almost lost my current fiance because I wasn't over that, and because I didn't have the time to purge. And look, don't let this go to you.
I knew this was coming.
But this is the one.
Excuse me. Hold on 1 second.
This is the one time where I will credit you as something for doing something that positively changed my life.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. I got to get back so his head can fit.
Jay was there to help me get through this, and
we lit everything on fire together.
and I attribute him to help with the most in helping me get through the storm. You know what I mean? And to go back and get the person that was for me. So thank you for that. All right, moving on.
Say something insulting to me.
You fucking bastard.
There you go.
You
I feel
fuck.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
You know what? I'm gonna get it in right now, so I don't have to do it later. Jay's one of the people I talk to that really helped me start getting through my depression by going about the right routes. Like by pointing me in a direction that I needed to go, that I was really too hard-headed to let myself think about going to.
I'm a nice person. Are you listening to this?
Other than that,
he ain't help me with shit. Fuck that nigga.
There you go.
And now we're back to normal.
Yeah. Point, counterpoint. There you go. There will come a day, Terrence. There will come a day.
This will go down
when you're at your lowest, and I will be there for you.
This will go down as the one podcast where we actually were nice to Jay.
For like 12 seconds.
That's all you get.
I don't expect much else out of you, so it's fine.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh shit! All right, so during the party,
They start dancing, and it's in the fucking trailer, and I don't give a shit.
Like it's
Fuck off.
It's female bonding, and I asked Erica. I said, you know, well, what
Angela
about-
Bassett does look good in this scene. God damn.
Yeah.
I said, well, what
Get it,
about
girl.
Stuff like this? And she said, yeah, that's pretty realistic. Like the way that these four women have bonded. Like this is
they're all drunk.
This is the only type. This is the only time when these characters are vulnerable, maybe slightly sympathetic.
I agree with you. Actually, I like this scene. Like they're having a good time. They're being genuine. They're being real. And you actually get to see them trying to discuss their problems openly with each other, right? Because up until this point, they're never all in the same place, except for the one scene in the beauty salon.
Yeah.
They're never in the same place at the same time. So that's kind of cool. Like I like that, and they're all having fun. They're drinking a little too much. They're dancing, all that shit. So it's cool. But then when they all separate again, they begin their rise to break whatever chains they've had, right? Like this is the moment in the movie where they go, this is their aha moment. They're like, we're gonna do it. Fuck these men, and we're gonna figure shit out. And this is that breaking point, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I would argue the latter half, or the moment after the scene, where they're all sort of getting their shit together, is much more interesting than the stuff that happens before, where they seem like four idiot automatons just sort of fumbling through life.
Yeah, they could have cut.
2 hours and
They
30
could have
minutes
cut
out of
an
this.
hour out of this movie. Like,
So they had to give you 30
Yes.
minutes.
Give me my goddamn 30 minutes back.
They literally could have cut an hour out of this movie.
Yes.
Because
Really.
this movie doesn't.
This is
movie doesn't
a
get
Lifetime
that
movie.
It meanders.
Thank you.
Like this is literally a
It does
Lifetime
meander.
movie.
You're 100% right.
I was just bored. I was like, stop, end. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, it insists upon itself.
And the funny thing is, and I wanted for the record, I wanted to just be stated, it's not a boring movie or not interesting because it's for women.
Yeah, no, this movie
And that
is
we're
just
four
not-
guys. Like, it's just not that interesting of a movie. Period. If it was four dudes, I'd be like, I don't give a shit about any of these people. Like, I just don't.
Yeah, a lot of this is
It's fluff.
a lot of this is fluff and shock value and you get them, girl, and shit like
Fucking
that.
pomp and circumstance.
So Whitney Houston, we cut to Whitney Houston. She just had sex with Dennis Haysbert, and now she calls her mom, and she's like, I don't really know what to do. And her mom is like, look, he a man. Like, you better get with him.
It's the best thing you got.
She eavesdrops on a conversation he's having with his wife, and he's like, oh, I love you, and tell my daughter I love her, and oh, I'm gonna have to be here for a couple of weeks, work, working on that ass. But
It seems reasonable.
but
right.
it's here where Whitney Houston is like, you know what, fuck this, and you won't see it for another couple of scenes because
Right. Because who cares about Whitney Houston's character?
apparently, Leon comes in and gives the magic stick to Lela Rochon, who Lela Rochon
Every time you say that, I think Harry Potter wand, just so you know.
It's crooked. It's crooked like one too.
Points
Lela
to left.
Rochon is stupid all the way up until the end of this movie, and even then, I don't agree with what she does, but she's like, all right, give it. We can have sex, but when are you gonna, get rid of your wife?
No. But hold on, because this scene is important. He doesn't have sex with her. He just shows up, and he's like, "Hey, where are those like?"
Oh, yeah, they were about to.
Yeah, he was like, "Where are those pajama pants?" And she's like,
"Oh yeah, she wanted it." He was like, "Oh no."
And she was like, "Did you sleep with your wife?" And he's like, "I'm tired of having to explain."
Nigga, just lie. Shit.
Like what I do with my wife to you. I'm like,
yeah, well,
just lie.
But so he fucked his wife before he got there, so he was too tired to fuck her. That's why she was like, "You never asked for the pants before." Yeah, because normally I got my dick swinging because that's what we do, and then I go to bed. But now he's like, "I just want to put these pants on and go to sleep."
I just want to put these pants on because I didn't, shower after I fucked her, and I don't want you to see nothing from them.
It was but that's literally the reason. And Terry McMillan drives me crazy because every character is so fucking one-dimensional. They're so one-dimensional. All the men have no level of like degrees with them. No. Wesley Snipes is like angelic. He like
black ass angle.
Yeah. With black wings.
You see, all you see is white wings and this big ass fucking black spot in the middle.
It's like he's backlit by his wings.
But he's like angelic in like, so I mean, it's like I said before,
fucking perfect.
He's perfect.
Like nobody's perfect.
Exactly. Leon is like scum of the earth. Like, yeah, I just finished fucking my wife, and now I'm gonna come over to your house. Like, who are you? Besides that asshole from Cliffhanger, in the 5 Heartbeats. He was an asshole in the 5 Heartbeats. He really was. But then you have Wendell Pierce, who is just like a schmuck, like 100%. Like, he has no real non-schmucky ways about him.
Yeah.
Like the men, and I think this is probably the reason why Terry McMillan is single, is because she sees men in one fucking dimension. And she sees these women in pretty much one dimension too.
Is she still single? She hadn't remarried it after her...
Not that I could find on her Wikipedia page.
After that guy got returned. That shit is funny, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I'm delivered. No, you're not.
After that, we see a scene of Bernie getting a letter from Black Ass Angel, and she's touched by it.
And it's a sweet letter.
It is.
Meanwhile,
shut up.
Meanwhile, the best actor in the movie. This scene contains the best 2 actors in this whole fucking movie: Angela Bassett and that kid who's acting like a kid, like a natural kid.
Yeah, that's true.
That kid is pretty good. I don't think that kid. I think that kid thought that Angela Bassett was her mother.
So that kid was dumb.
She's either dumb or the greatest actress in the world,
or in fact Angela Bassett's daughter.
Right.
There's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
So we cut to a scene of Whitney Houston where she finally tells David to kick rocks.
And I have that scene.
Is his name David? I called him David because
that painting in the church is fucking bizarre.
It's very weird. All right, so here is that scene.
Every trip I make out here, I dread going home.
I hate
and the longer I think about it, the more I'm convinced that this is what I want to do. When the time is right.
Excuse me?
Unimpressed.
I mean, it's more financial than anything right now. And there's still a lot of things that need to be worked out. I know if I left right now, it would be the wrong time for my daughter. She thinks she's having a baby sister.
That's not funny. It's not funny, you fucking scumbag.
We're going to have to wait a little bit longer than I expected.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to tap that ass.
But I know the kind of person that you are. That you want to do the right thing as much as I do.
Piece of shit. What's the right thing? Keep fucking me for free?
You know what? No, we saw his wife on 24. There's a good reason
the
for
more
this.
I think about it, the more I look at you.
24.
You look like the scum of the fucking earth.
Oh, burn. What happened now?
You see, the good news is, Kenneth, is that I was never, ever in danger of you getting a divorce. Oh, no. I'm the lucky one.
She's reading
the most important thing in your life.
Yes.
Meaning, you'll abandon your wife and your child to get laid every chance I give you.
When it cuts away, it's like
And
a piece of
you
paper on his head. She's just reading it.
You think the brass ring is some bogus promise to put me into Paula's shoes? So you can do the same fucking thing to me next year? It's pretty close to irresistible, lover man.
No one
What the
talks
hell's
like
wrong
that.
with you?
What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, you and my wife working for the same fucking firm or something?
Who are
You
you,
weren't
Olivia
this
Pope?
self-righteous when you were fucking my brains out. You weren't worried about my poor little wife then, now were you?
You're right.
Bitch.
You're absolutely right, Kenneth. I couldn't see past what I wanted. So that made me an asshole.
Thank you.
But
Say
the
it.
difference between you and me is I'm not anymore.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
What is it?
Now look. I'm sorry.
This is his dick. This is his dick
We need to
talking.
talk about this some more. I mean, without all the anger. Look, I'm not mad. Really.
I'm just
Neither am
disappointed.
I, baby. I'm not mad. And to prove it, the drinks are on you.
Hey! Damn it!
Damn it!
Damn it.
Like that's
My balls are cold.
like that read.
It's horrible.
On both of their parts. The whole thing
Yes.
just sounds
That whole
like
scene was-
shit.
The read is terrible. The actual words in the order that they are spoken are terrible.
Lover man.
And the thing is, this dude, I know he's the best. He is the best president from the best bad show ever creted.
Yeah, man.
no, but Dennis Haysbert is not a bad actor.
he's not. But for some strange
I
reason,
was waiting for you to
like,
fight us.
Oh no, that show sucks.
whenever there's a pause, it's like that's how it's going to be. Comma, lover man. Like it's like she is like, oh wait, I have to pause at every comma. Okay, now it's time to go again.
This is how you enunciate during acting.
White people say the whole word just like this.
Wait, I'm not angry.
I am disappointed.
I don't know. So
I'm
she.
not mad.
You seem a little angry. You seem a little angry.
Oh no, baby, I'm not mad. And to prove it, the drinks are on you.
Push drink on him.
Right.
Like it's just like in parentheses it says it. Like, oh man.
It would have been hilarious if she read the stage directions when she was doing it.
Yeah. Disappointed. It's the same fucking idea. It's the same stupid ass idea.
So Whitney Houston calls her mom. They get into an argument because Whitney Houston's mom is like, "You better go get that man."
I like how
men define you.
So how did she? How will we know that you're a human being? But the funny thing is, how did her mom find out? Did Dennis Haysbert's character call her crying?
He said that she said that he called her and he was crying.
Like a bitch. Man, you crying because your side chick broke up with you? Yeah, you know what? You are the president on Scandal. What the fuck? Get out of here.
But your daughter's pussy is so wonderful. You gotta talk some sense into her.
Exactly.
Look, here's the thing.
She was in good hands.
I don't know if it's just my personal experience, but unless you are in a deep relationship, you don't go to the mom to talk about
That's a
your
little weird.
shit. Now,
Yeah, you don't do that shit.
I made this
I
mistake.
don't even want to talk to your
I
mother.
made this mistake with this girl that things were it was really weird, and the relationship never really got started properly because she had her own crazy issues. It was just fucking weird. Anyway, there was one day it was supposed to be me, her mom, and a couple other friends getting together for lunch. Nobody showed up except for me and her mom.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So we got to talking for many hours. The next day, that girl was pissed
Yeah.
because mom came to her like, "You need to do this, that, and the other." She was like, "Fuck you for going to my mom about us." I'm like,
you done fucked up a little bit there.
I was like,
She was the only one there.
she really was.
I ordered a salad and
was I
so did
supposed
she. We both got chicken wings.
Oh man, it was
That's a mistake.
unfortunate.
All right, is this movie almost fucking over with?
Yeah, so
It is.
So Angela Bassett gets a judgment.
In your face,
and
nigga.
She basically gets taken care of, and she gets what's owed to her.
Yeah, she
And
deserved it. 'cause
Michael Beach shakes her hand and
Like a man.
like a beach, and
I wish he would have said, "In your face." Does it burn? It's gotta burn.
Loretta Devine, who before had gotten into a little bit of an argument regarding her son with Gregory Hines, comes back to Gregory Hines and says, "You know
We have
what?
that clip.
I was being a little bit irrational."
I call this the handyman redemption because it starts out with Gregory Hines, of course, fixing a chair. He's like sanding it.
I acted silly when all you did was tell me the truth. I guess I didn't want to hear it.
I've been real busy.
Fuck off.
I came over for 2 reasons. I know I shut you out. And I miss you in our life, my life. Marvin, I have no doubt in my mind everything you said was true, and I apologize. I just came out to say that.
Wait a minute, wait. Come on in. Sit down.
He's a little too handy. Nobody has as much broken shit laying around.
Yeah, what the fuck happened during that move, man?
Right. He broke everything in the goddamn moving truck.
His side story is that he just breaks things.
He wouldn't even let me take him to the airport. He's been the man in my life, you know. My companion. More than just my baby.
Is she the new doctor?
Shut up. Oh my god damn.
I gave up. A long time ago, on any hope I had of finding someone for myself. It's a terrible thing to do to Tariq.
Tariq's gonna be fine.
I'm grateful to you, though, for opening my eyes.
I miss you too.
You wouldn't allow my fear of being alone to get in the way of him growing up and doing what he has to do. And I'm so unfair to him.
No.
So,
No. You haven't been unfair to Tariq. They've been unfair to you. To us. It's like you don't feel you're worthy to have someone to love you. I love you.
How long is this clip?
No, don't say it. You tell me.
Just watching a movie.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't need to watch them make out in front of the fucking rain. Like, all right.
So after that,
They're in Phoenix. It doesn't rain there.
After that, it's been a year, and now it's New Year's again, and
it's over. The
women go to the beach and they sing "Exhale."
No,
or whatever.
They all breathe out in a moment of silence.
They
Oh, and Lela
celebrate New
Rochon-
Year's.
Lela Rochon is pregnant with Terrence's baby.
Oh, randomly.
But she will not allow Terrence to go see it.
That's fucking retarded.
And that's fucked up.
I'm gonna take care of this baby with whatever job I happen to have.
Fuck you, Lela Rochon. From beginning to end of this goddamn movie, your character sucks.
He's pretty though.
Which is part of the problem.
He's pretty though.
Do you know, before we get out of here, because we are done with the movie, thank God.
Do I think that weird editing at the end with the fucking shitty slow-mo was shitty? Yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to stop.
No, but it's a serious question. What do you think that these 4 characters represent do you think that these are logical representations of 4 black women?
4 shitty black women.
But do you think they exist?
Yes,
like these dynamics exist?
Yeah, shitty people exist.
Yes, I do think they exist. Maybe not a lot of them nowadays, but there are elements of each of these women that I know, that I have seen in women that I know.
Yeah.
So it's not to this extreme, and maybe that's part of the fact that this is a movie, and the artist is taking that to an extreme to make a point. I'll give the movie the benefit of the doubt on that, but Yeah, there are aspects, just like there are aspects of those dudes. Like we've said, one of the guys who's a fucking scumbag, and he is, clearly represented in this movie. So,
and I can't imagine that she came up with the archetypes for this characters all in her head. Right. She probably knew women like this.
Yeah,
she's probably is one of them.
She's one of them. Well, she wasn't one of them at the time.
She Gloria.
Surprise.
It's like, remember that book you wrote 10 years ago?
Guess what happened, girl?
Remember the Carlos Esposito? That's me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Should have seen her relax her as a sign.
Yeah, that's really funny because it's like 9 years later after making that movie. It's like, guess what?
Guess what? It's like, I've been bisexual for years.
She's like, that's not how it works. He's like, according to your book, it works.
Maybe she knew and she put the character in there as a message. Like, say, just fucking...
Don't betray me.
Or just fucking get it over with.
Like 10 years later, like, if she had known, she's stupid.
She sued him and his lawyer for $40 million, citing an intentional strategy to embarrass and humiliate her during the divorce proceedings.
What?
McMillan eventually won a judgment of intentional infliction of emotional distress, but had withdrawn the suit before the case went to trial. Womp womp. Idiot. You could have got $40
million from. Was this dude rich? Highly unlikely.
I guess maybe he took some of her money and she was like, I need you right back.
The judgment was probably all of Jamaica. If it was $40 million.
All the weed in Jamaica.
I can't imagine anyone who was born in Jamaica. You know what?
Well, McMillan has a son, Solomon, and lives outside of San Francisco.
That's a black ass name, boy.
It's from the Bible.
Solomon Northrop.
Solomon Northrop. On July 13th, 2012, she sold her 7,000 square foot home for $1.8 million. She's broke. Good. Fuck you. Your books were shit. Fuck you, man.
Shit.
Well, this movie wasn't any good.
Nope.
No
stars. Fuck.
Oh, she wrote a book in 2013 called Who Asked You? Yeah. I agree.
And on that note,
I sure didn't.
Yeah. And roll credits.
I'd ask you shit.
Yeah. Do you think that this movie is damaging?
Yep.
That'll be my last question before we get on.
Nowadays, yes, but I understand needing an outlet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's that bad because I think people nowadays are like we've been saying a little more progressive, and they realize that these are this is essentially a soap opera.
Actually, the better question would be, do you think it was damaging?
Yes.
When it came out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Was it that? Yeah.
Was it damaging?
Yeah.
And why?
It got a lot of women to end up being bossy. That's when the bossiness started happening, guys.
I'm just gonna say it right now that you need to stop saying that shit. Oh my God.
I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm joking.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna edit that part out. She's gonna be like, and that's where they became bossy. Fucking theme music just rolls in, and we fucking fade to black.
Find another show, just dub him over with his own voice saying, "I'm serious. I'm serious,
guys. I'm not fucking around."
I think it depends on the age in which you saw this movie.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
but like anything,
my wife said
depends on a lot of different factors.
Yeah, my wife said she liked the movie when she saw it back in '95.
Like, didn't some movie want somebody to kill John Lennon or some shit like that? I don't know. Like, there are crazy people out there who get influenced by weird things that artists do.
Yeah, I personally think this movie was damaging at the time because I think it painted men and women in very one-dimensional ways.
But back then, I don't think anyone was smart enough to realize that. Like we were stupid in the 90s as a people. We just
we're
were
stupid now,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what?
And we're smarter.
We're even dumber now.
You think so?
Oh fuck yeah, we're dumber.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, I just had the urge to push you. On the ground.
Adorbs. Adorbs, guys.
Fuck up.
I hate when people use.
You know what? What started that? Hella started all that shit going downhill. Fuck everybody who says hella, including you, because I know you say it.
Do I say hella?
You have said it.
When the fuck have I said hella?
You've said it.
Stop making up shit.
I ain't making shit up. You've said it.
Little known fact: Terrence is a selfie.
What is that?
From Boston.
A selfie is a fucking picture. We can't be
Southie.
Oh, I think it's a selfie. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Ever recall myself saying hella?
You have. I'm not fucking.
I'm gonna dub it over the end of this.
It's gonna be just Jay's voice. Hella.
Hi, I'm Terrence. This is Terrence speaking. Like, it's not anything like him. It's so weird.
Why does Terrence sound white?
All right, Heavy D, you son of a bitch.
You know what? I'm just gonna own it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, we will see you guys next week for another preview episode for episode 54. Later, guys.
Adios.